Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you here. It is midday money, Saturday, the 9th of March. Welcome on into the show. Hope everybody's doing good this morning. Perhaps it's afternoon. Maybe it's nighttime. I don't know where you are. But I appreciate you popping in for a little while. We talk college basketball. I'll run down a quick little, I did start up a little early, pre-noon time. It is a little pre-noon time. That's because, we do have noon games. And my guy likes the Marcos Minute, although he hasn't popped in a bit. I don't know what Marcos's problem is for the Marcos Minute. But, hey, I'm here to help. People like to bet last second on games. Especially this time of year, tournaments like, oh, look at this. I got a game at 12 o'clock and this and that. So I'll give you a quick little rundown. Again, I'll give you my picks afterwards here. But this is just for if you're looking to bet at noon. What I like to, I do like Florida Atlantic and the points. No opinion. Listen, I'm a St. John's guy. Give me Boo Harvey, Malik Sealy, Zendon Hamilton, Felipe Lopez. Forget. I mean, Mullen and the crew. I was just a young, but I don't want to lay a 20 spot. 18 and a half. Might as well be 20. You need a big lead here for backdoor not to be shut in your face. You almost think this Alabama total 175. I'd say just a team total over Alabama. They could score 95 and this game goes under. So you want to do Alabama? I'm not going to say no, but I would lean team total on that game. Brown Yale, no real thoughts on that game. Campbell, I got opinions on Campbell. I like Campbell here. Want to take a little Campbell 5.5 at noon? Sure. Sanford Mercer. Again didn't bet any of these games. I would lean to Sanford, I guess here, having a nice season, and give me some doggies coming up here. Tournaments at noon with Lemoyne and Longwood. And that's it. That is your Marcos Minute for the quick 12 o'clock games. For regular time. Let's go. We'll recap yesterday's action. What's there to say? I should have brought a broom into. I have a carpet. I got a carpet in my little room here, so I don't have a broom for our 5-0 sweep yesterday. But it was a nice 5-0 sweep of the board. 35-7 since February 25th with the midday money picks. Not too shabby. And site-wise, I can't complain about it. Listen, it's not 35-7, but 58% is still a good run nonetheless. No, I didn't even tell you before I get to today's picks. Hit the like button here. Sean Higgs, winning free picks. Either channel you're watching, I appreciate it. If you're following on Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs, super duper, I appreciate that. And there's always podcast form after the fact. You can find all my shows on Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Google, all those joints. But let's go. Everybody wants today's plays, so you could roll on out of here like you're a bunch of Autobots and get on with your Saturday. And I get it. I'm going to put them into the comments section. No comments. So nothing. Just Sylvester in the comments section. I wonder if I hope I'm live. I don't know. Well, we're going to find out. Anyway, it'll be a short show. What can I tell you? They're tweeted out in Twitter world on the X, if anybody's watching. And then, all right, here we go. So, a few ads from last night, but I don't change the lines. I got some newer people following, like, hey, this line. Folks, I put these up the night before. They could change. I know what to tell you. I'm by myself. I don't have a team of people updating lines per second. Stoney -2, Bryant 4.5, Binghamton +2, Niagara +4, Kentucky +8, Duke 4.5. Now, additions. You should already have those if you're following the show. They're tweeted out. They're everywhere. So ads, I just mentioned. We got a little Lemoy. Sure. Wagner +6.5. Let's go. Texas -5.5 and UNLV +6 spot. So there's a few others, so we have what? I don't even know how many we have in this show today. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 in the chat today. There could have been more in the chat because honestly, I have more other games up on the sites as well. I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17. 17 games up. So in addition to these, I got seven more. I got a 7-pack, or not 7-pack, but 17 total. And there's a few more I could have added. I mean, chances are you're going to ask a game. I probably have a thought on it. So if there's anybody going to ask a question, ask one. Otherwise, we'll be out of here. Not many questions today. All right. Not many comments, I should say. Forget about questions. The Iceman, Jesse Schul's in house, smashing the like button. I saw that as a fun little picture from Facebook there. Like, oh, don't fade here now. Now don't fade here. Oregon, Oregon, Oregon. I will say yes to Oregon because Utah does not look good. Now, is Utah a team I want to bet next year in the Big 12 at football? Sure. Sign me up. Do I like the way Oregon's playing basketball right now? I'm not on the road. I think I think they get swept here in the Oregon back-to-back spot. They lost to the Bees last game, and Oregon needs a win. Let's be honest. I mean, they dropped 2 in a row. If there's any third team coming out of the Pac-12, these guys, one of these teams should probably go on a run. Robert's like in Drake over Bradley. They have. I sort of like Bradley, right? I like the Bradley Braves, and I looked at it. I don't know. These are like 2 teams I want both in the tournament. Obviously, Missouri Valley's not getting 3 teams in a tournament. Drake has owned these guys. I mean, last 3, all Drake action. 74-66, 74-67, 77-51. Basically a pick 'em. I mean, I would rather lay the money line in this game. Personally, I would money line it instead. Chris Tatum's in house. Good to see Chris. It's been a minute, my friend. Hope you are well. Good to see you. EQ's in the house. No salute today. Usually come in here with the salute, EQ. You should come in with the salute. All right. An 8-minute show on a Saturday. Maybe because it's not even noon. Nobody's here. And they're just thinking it's midday and I'm going to roll out of here. And I'll actually end the show before noon instead of starting at noon. I thought for sure there would be more people coming in there's so many 12 o'clock games. And there's not. There's nobody coming in. Locking it with the King is in the house. Alex, Memphis, Florida, Atlantic under 77.5 first half bet. I don't hate this. I mean, I like Florida Atlantic for the game. I'm not a big first half kind of guy, Alex, except maybe on a sidewise. Total wise, especially if like a favorite, I want a team to come out and blitz them like 45-20. Like I'm always looking for some kind of home team or whoever I have in the first half to jump out to a big lead. But I guess 45-20 would work under 77.5. That is exactly what it is. They're all coming in at noon. Yep, it's noontime. They'll be rolling in. It's like the part like, it's like going to the movies. People like to come in right as the movie's starting instead of watching the previews. 2 games for the King. I got a 17-piecer up. 2. That is listen. I fire away. You can see that in the chat. You can see it on Twitter wherever you're watching. King D, if you follow King D, he's a little more selective. He's a lot less on the volume. High percentage, okay? I'm not going to say that. He does deliver. Just says, I like Florida Atlantic team total over. Memphis can't defend and score. Exactly. That's why I almost used them on the sites today and in the chat. I probably should have added them to the chat. There's, I don't know why I didn't. I mean, I like them. Jess. Facebook look. Is it Dennis O'Brien? Or Rick Wild? No, Abel Valenzuela coming in on Facebook. Excellent. Excellent. Love when there's a Facebook comment. Belmont, Northern Iowa, under easy. The Missouri Valley unders are always usually first rounders pretty good. But, if you don't play them, you just can't jump in the semis and be like, oh, wow, you got to take these unders. They've been so good. I say all the time on those little kind of trends, whatever it is, King D. Like, right, you can't pick and choose. You got to play them all. Like, you want Missouri Valley unders? You better be on them from day one. You can't jump in when they're 5-1 or whatever they are. Workman's looking for FAU and Memphis to play some defense out of the gate. Let's see here. I mean, Memphis is coming off a 106-point performance. They gave up 61 in the first half and still won a game because they gave up 26 in the second half. I mean, they better play some defense if they want to be in this game. That's for sure. Both head-to-head matchups cleared the over by 10 points. But you're supposed to, yeah. I was gonna say you're like the under, so you're probably thinking under. So this, I don't know how much this year's game and last year's game are two different. Because the game from last year that went 66-65, that was in the conference tournament. That game was literally on St. Patrick's Day. And that Florida Atlantic team was as much as they're the same guys this year, it was a little bit of a different squad last year. So let's throw that game out of it. I mean, I understand this year's under. I just have a problem with Memphis, who gives up 60 and a half. And then they had the capability to score 60 themselves. Let's middle that out into like the 40s, and you got an over here. TCU, Ernest Smith's liking TCU in the Big 12 today. Let's see, TCU against UCF. TCU won at Central Florida. They're in off win. Final home game. Central Florida just lost a tough one to Houston. Lost 2 straight at home. I can see why you want to take TCU here. I'm not going to go against any kind of home team in the last game. I think, especially if not double up on them, but doubly like them if they're off a loss. I get the look there. Daisu playing for sure. I do not know if Daisu is playing. I do not know. Northern Iowa is A1 to the under neutral site games. Northern Iowa's always been an under kind of club, though, man. The Panthers. They're and again, these neutral site games, these are a lot of tournament games. You're playing a tournament against a team, whether it's a Missouri Valley team you're familiar with. Go look at the Missouri Valley unders just for the last couple of years. Little Rock money line overcash from last night. Coach of the year in conference goes to Coach Walker. So I got a Little Rock future. If you watched any of the previews, I got a Little Rock 230 pending today. They're a small little dog. I didn't jump into the OVC today. Just, Moorhead's a 3-point fave. They were the favorite to win the conference. I'm still pulling for a Little Rock to get it done. Michael B is in the house. 5-3 college basketball, 1-1 in the NBA. Good job for that. That looks like a 6-4, 60% night. Not too shabby. Florida Atlantic team totals 84.5. They average 83 in a home revenge spot against a team that doesn't play defense. What do you think, Jess? I think 84. They average 83. 88-71, right? The pen is out. Jesse wants the pen out. Jesse, pen out. 88-71. FAU. Pen is out. Nick Nasty's in the house. Michael B says, big dogs today. Kentucky and the money line. Providence and the money line. Northern Iowa and the money line. Stony, money line. And Manhattan to start. Stony, little 6 o'clock tip in the CAA. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to say anything about Kentucky. I mean, again, I like Kentucky and the points there. No, we just need a cover. Sure. Providence against who they Providence got UConn today, right? What is your thought process there? You're just thinking that UConn's got it locked up. They're not going to play that hard. I mean, head to head, they've battled anyway. 74-65, 73-66, 87-69. Then they beat them 73-61. I mean, so they would have covered three of the last four of these numbers. And we can even go back further to 2021, and they would have covered one of those games. So recent history shows that Providence in 10 is worth the play, is worth a shot. And Connecticut's coming off the win over Marquette. Tough battle. Do they feel like, hey, who cares? Let's get ready for the tournament? The good thing is when you take a dog, especially like a 10-point dog, Mike, you're like, hey, even if Connecticut wins, are they winning by 10 on the road? Like, you're just looking for a cover here. You're playing for an upset. You're going all out. The other team could be like, whatever. Kentucky, Providence. Uh, Although a spot like that with the Kansas game does not really interest me with that big spread. Manhattan, is that Manhattan line still 2.5? I thought it was coming down. Little Rock is tough to watch the whole game. Between Western Illinois, I had a future on Western Illinois. I had Western Illinois yesterday plus the 6 points just because I'm like, you know what, 6 points, I'll take a shot here. Worst case, again, I had the 230 pending for the conference with Little Rock, but I just thought it could be a close game. Yeah, loser, loser, loser. And that was a late ad for me because I was going through futures like, oh, wait a second, maybe I could, catch a little lightning in a bottle here. If it's a close game, I get a cover and my team still advances. Did not work out. Did not work out. I was going to ask about UNLV. I see it got UNLV going to add UNLV. I added this morning to the video. Almost threw it on the site. I'm probably going to move on to myself at some point today. Just eh, they're playing well. What are they 9 to 10? Their one loss was at home to these guys in a game they probably should have won. I'll take the points. If it goes down, so be it. I will go down back at a good team that's getting points and streaking. Providence always plays well against UConn. Yep, I ran them all down. I ran down in the last 3 or 4 games. They've covered. A lot of people on Kansas. No thanks, Riley. Yeah, you want to take Kentucky to show up on the road? They'll show up because they're healthy. They got a bunch of NBA type guys. They'll show up and can give a game. Kansas has been sluggish on the road the entire season. I don't want anything to do with Kansas right now. Listen, next week in a Big 12 tournament, we'll see what the lines are. That's a different story. Today, no thank you. Kentucky's a good bet, and that's coming from someone who's a diehard Wolves fan. Alex, you take a 8-point Kentucky team in a revenge spot versus a team that is just, and I had South Carolina the other day. They're off a couple big road wins. They've clinched. 2 out of 3 things could happen when you take a nice 8-point dog. They win outright, they cover, or they lose. So 2 out of 3 in your pocket working in your favor. And then you add in the fact that it is a revenge spot. I'm getting 8 points. And the team I'm facing, it's the last home game. They don't want to disappoint fans. But on the same token, we're already locked in. We're the 1 seed. We could possibly a 1 seed in a tournament. They have. I'm with you on Kentucky. They're in the chat. I like them. Maybe adding Oregon State plus 8 and money line Colorado, a big one over the Ducks. Colorado still sticks on the road. Oregon State. Let's see. They are. Oh, I'm gonna say they're. I thought they were a favorite. They're a 8-point favorite. Hold on a second. Colorado is a 8-point road favorite today. What is that about? Oh my goodness! How did I miss getting 8 points here? I got to add this one. I mean, yeah, Colorado crush them 90-57. Oh, no way. No, I can't do that. You got to take the home team here. You got to take the home team here. Chris Adams coming in. Arkansas State versus the Raging Cajuns. What do I think? Let's pull up some Sun Belt action here. What do I have this? Where is Arkansas State on my sheet? Is this line still 1.5? What time is this game? 3:00. Because I didn't bet this game, obviously, because I'm searching for it here to try to get a line for you, an updated line. Oh, here it is. I'm like, why the heck can't I find this game? So 2 and 151.5. See, I would just take. I'm going to be against you here because you're a Pine Bluff guy. You're in Arkansas. I'd rather just go Cajuns money line in a pick 'em. Michael says thoughts on Baylor and Tech, K State, Iowa State. The K State line, I would like to have the better opening number right off the bat there. I think it was is that a 4.5 or a 5? The K State on the open, I believe. 5.5 on the open. Down to 3. K State does battle at home, but again, I think at this number, I'm going to be a pass on it. The Baylor game, I want to take Baylor. Baylor's played really well, but I don't know. The Tech to wrap things up here at home, to pick them, basically. Why not take a little Texas Tech? I would lean Tech. Obviously, I'm going to look at the home teams. I got a home team in a pick 'em and a home team that's covers at home and wins some games at home. Just some ridiculous way finds way to cover games. I mean, I don't think Kansas State's a good team by any stretch of the means. But you look at their numbers, you're like, how the heck 13-3 at home, overtimes, 1-point wins, all kinds of craziness. Leonard, great run. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Love the George Costanza. We won the World Series. We won the World Series, yeah. 6 games. Marcos, man, hit the leg for Miss Danica. No Miss Danica. She'll be back for baseball. Marcos, I did the little Marcos minute on just the 10 noon games for you. I did it last night too. Where you been? Fernando's in the house. Inner money line. Get it. Is this a little soccer? Is this soccer talk here? Fernando, we need some soccer because I do not cover soccer. Chris Tatum says, bet my home state have done us well in college basketball season. Really? Back in the Razorbacks? How's that? How's back in Arkansas been? Oh my goodness. 11-19 against the spread. If you're fading them, you're doing excellent. I locked in Stony Brook last night. Just went with money line -130. I like Stony. There's some weird lines there. Why South Florida 4.5? It's a 4.5 because they're on the road. I'm sure the thought process is that they're gonna mail one in since they've just they're 15-0 and 21-1. That's the run they're on. Listen, for me, it's South Florida nothing. I don't want to bet Tulsa. South Florida has High 21-1, 15 straight. Do you want to bet against them? I don't. Ben and Razorbacks have been a roller coaster. Yeah, to say the least, when they're 19-11, bad to the bad. Memphis looks to be playing some defense. Your 77.5 is looking good. Kansas State is a fake sharp play. Again, if I would have had it at 5.5, I would have been happy right out of the gate. At 3.5, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. The line is gone. You move on. I don't. If you're not getting lines, and this is, I'm not a huge in-game doing stuff, watching in-game kind of stuff. The lines are out. I'm trying to get a better number. If you're in gaming and doing stuff tonight, be like, I'll worry about it in the morning. I'll go over my stuff. Well, a 5.5, I think, is worth a play on Kansas State. At 3.5, I don't think is worth a play on Kansas State. It's 2 points. That's a soccer, says Fernando. Yes, sir. Soccer Series A, Inter. Inter Serie A. What was that? A money line play there? What is that? I'm gonna go look up this. Hopefully, this money line isn't like something like a 390 or some craziness. Michael's got some UFC. Vera plus 210 to beat fan favorite O'Malley. Curtis Blades minus 115. Song Ya Dang. And even money. All right, there's no comments. Let me pop this up. So Stony, Bryant, Binghamton, Niagara, Kentucky, Duke. Added plays from last night are Lemoyne, Wagner, Texas, and UNLV. I see we've picked up some viewers since the show started. I was ready to end the show at 3 minutes of 12 because I started early for the noon games, and now there's people here. So if you haven't already, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, subscribe. Sean Higgs, winning free picks. Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. I appreciate everybody popping in. These are the plays. Yeah, we're on a great run. Super. It's fabulous. What am I going to say? I normally don't put the runs up there, but I started doing a couple days ago because it was just like, wow, we're actually kind of crushing it right now. But listen, I mean, 5-5, there will be regression, folks. I just don't want newer people coming in and think this is some kind of normal behavior here to go on a 2-week insane run. Don't go crazy with your bets. Keep them within range. Nobody's due. All right. Oh, you're due. Well, that's like hoping. You hope in one hand, you poop in the other. See which one fills up first. And I'll have a lot of zesty soap for you, lemon flavored or Christmas tree pine scent. All right. So just don't get carried away. Michael B's in the house. Actually, he's leaving the house. Have a good day. Chris, did you look at the Bobcats versus the Peacocks game? What is this? St. Pete's and Quinnipiac? Is that what we're talking about here? I do like Quinnipiac today. I'm back on Quinny. I did have Pete's. We were fading Quinny for a while. I do like Quinny, although I did not bet it. I did not bet. I got a 17-piece rolling, all sides. And I don't know. Like I said, there's a few games I looked at. I mentioned the Kansas State game at 5.5. Now it's 3.5. Like South Carolina's been playing really well. Do I jump on them? Well, I think that would be a good little spot. Minnesota's another team that's covering like freaks. Do you look at that one? Quinny, I got a couple other. I mean, hi. You see what we got rolling here? I mean, we have Niagara in the chat here. I got a couple other ones on the site from the AA MAC. I got Little Rock pending. I should have probably put that. That is in the underneath scroll. And just for those who ask, the conference tournament games, they do not get graded into the overall records. I think that's an unfair thing to do. You hit a 20-1 or 6-1. It skews the numbers. They're just for when I did the little preview videos, who I like, put them out there. So there's that. There is that. All right. Stop Geo's popping in. Good luck today. You as well. UFC look for you to write it down. Kevin Holland minus 125. Stop Geo. Stop Geo. Kevin Holland Minus 125. Written down. Stop to you. UFC. Duke money line parlay with another team. Any help? Well, I got Duke and I got, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 other plays for you to choose from here. So there's that. There is that. The Twitter count is high. 90 people on Twitter. Let me ask you, the Twitter folks. I got to go through because I've gotten some new followers. I got to follow back. I apologize if I haven't followed you back. I try to follow back. If you just do Twitter, super. If you do YouTube, head over to Sean Higgs. Give it a follow. I put little previews up. They're only like 5-minute videos, but they're there. They're there. There's my guy Dennis O'Brien on Facebook. Awesome. Yes. Never fade 35-7. Sean Higgs. Jess, I saw you send me the picture from the Facebook guy. The funny thing is, the one from a couple days ago was like fade me, right? I went away, go like 2-1 that day. He's like fade. Oh man. Maybe just straight bet. I'm keeping my parlays 1-2 player prop parlays, and that's it. 95% straight bets. Yes, straight bets all the time. I'm all for straight bets. But you're asking to put another team with it. I was just showing you who I had in the chat. All right. I think that's going to be it. I'm going to roll on out of here. The plays are posted here. They are posted on Twitter. You could find them. You could find me. Hit the like button. Hit the follow button. Subscribe to the channel. I'll be back tonight for Late Night Money at midnight. Good luck. Bye-bye.